What's up, everybody? This is Cam Hand, the Fantasy Man, coming at you with the thing you've probably been looking forward to since last Wednesday. I know all are probably sitting there, can't wait to hear what's happening. I'm going to try not to cover the microphone again, even though I'm moving the computer and I don't know really what causes the microphone block, but I think I should be okay here. I'm going to crank through this. Should be a pretty quick one. We're going to worst matchup Hunter versus Dylan. Hunter smoked him. There is absolutely no dog confirmed in Dylan. And I don't, I mean, it's kind of important, I guess, but I guess Hunter smoked him and Dylan didn't put up much of a fight. Ash versus Will, I'm going to put was the best matchup. Kind of a must win for both of them, and Ash knocked him out in a close like little throwdown, and Ash is right in there now, and Will has kind of been knocked out, so it's tough. Worst injury luck, we're gonna go to Connor. He's still got A-Chain and Jefferson still out, and so I just feel like he deserves an injury luck, for that whole debacle. He got pretty unlucky with those two going down. I'm gonna go most unlucky me. Luckily, I'm coming off a Taco Mac run, so I'm feeling a little bit more happy than I have really all week. It's been a pretty devastating week for me. Next 2 weeks are must wins, but I'm starting to get in a bad mood again. So I'll just say I got the most unlucky, most points in a loss. If you watch the game, Diggs dropped two passes that would have caused me to win, like just straight up drops. Um, Jake Elliott hit a 60-yard field goal in the rain to put Bobby up by 2 on me. That was insane. One of the longer field goal, probably the longest of his career in the rain. Ugh. Again, Bobby, everything just went right for him. I mean, Diggs dropping those passes, all of his players popped off, had a career high from Watson, had a career high from a few other guys, had that field goal kick, super lucky. Dumbest move is going to go to Dylan for not playing Waddle, who got like 19 points. And then he also played the Bills D for Philadelphia, which was an obvious no-go. Smartest move, Logan. He picked up I think probably the best D in the league this week in the Dolphins D. He had a little bit of, he believed in Gabe. I mean, I told him to play Gabe. He did. And Gabe popped off because, he's having a little crisis there. And then he actually made some pretty decent flex plays with Njoku, put up like 11. So he did the best with what he had, and I feel like he deserved the smart move there. We're going to give Logan the best free agent move for the Dolphins defensive pickup because that kind of won him the match. And nobody else really picked up anybody of note, I don't think. Stock falling is Alec. 3 losses in a row. He made a little bit of a run, but ultimately his team couldn't make it. I think he's pretty much out unless he wins out and gets lucky. But 3 losses in a row, you got to give him stock falling. I'm going to give Doug stock rising. I would say a shocking 3 wins in a row, and he's on top of the leaderboard. I looked at the leaderboard, and I was like, what? Doug's on top? Like, what the heck? Like, that's surprising to me. I didn't think Doug had that dog. I didn't think that Doug's team had that dog, but he's there, and his stock is rising. I think Hunter was the best player. A nice 160. Got to respect it. His team looks good. Worst player was Dylan. Lowest points and some bad moves I detailed with the Waddle and the defense play. Rookie mistakes there. But I'm gonna give Doug that dog. Doug's been dying for that dog. Doug's done died for that dog. Okay, and I finally got him a dog. 8-3. I mean, great record. I mean, a lot of haters out there on Doug. Me, for the most part. I know Hunter hates on him a little bit, but primarily me. And he's proven him wrong with a really solid season. So I would say Doug has got that dog, even though he didn't show up to Summits on Sunday. This is the rankings here. I took away last week because I didn't really put a lot of thought or heart into last week's, but this I do. Sam 15. I believe Doug and Hunter are kind of honestly tied at 2 and 3. Greg and Connor, I would say, are tied there as well. They both have 12s. Ashton and Dylan, very similar spots here. Me and Bobby, very similar, just mediocre teams. And then Will, Alec, and Logan, all not very good. We got worst matchup next week is Dylan versus Will. Not a terrible matchup, but it kind of is because they have the least amount of implications, playoff implications. I do think Will win. I also wanted to say here, and I didn't write it down, just as a note. And you know what? I probably will write it down right now because I want to give that so it's something that Ashton brought up here. Cameron's I'm just gonna say Cameron's predictions. I'm gonna just throw out here Cameron's prediction. I'm gonna get rid of all that. Hold on, having trouble. I blame Doug for the Apple product. I'm gonna say Ashton wins and Greg wins. That's my predictions. Biggest predictions of the week right there is that Ash and Greg win. You hear that? Ash and Greg will win. Next week's best matchup is Greg versus Cameron. I mean, we're two primetime guys. We're two Summits guys. We're dogs and astronomical implications. If I lose, I'm out of the playoffs. If Greg loses, he'll probably still be in it, but then he'll have to win next week would be my assumption. It'll be very close. If Greg wins this, then he's in. If I lose, I'm out. So I do predict I will choke and Greg wins, and I will probably not talk to anybody for a month. Season segments, not a ton of dabs here. Logan for driving to Savannah to meet a girl who is a friend. I brought up Logan's trip to Savannah last week, and turns out that was just to go see a girl who is a friend. 2 dabs. Logan for being out of the game when it would be crazy easy for him to be in the game. He was like, yeah, I went to a Friendsgiving while I was down there. There was a million girls all over me. And he's like, but I'm not in the game. I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. 3 dabs. Logan for not watching Friday's game. Friday's game had a ton of implications for him. It had, he was probably had like 2 or 3 people on playing on Friday, and he was playing against like 3 people, and he didn't watch. 3 dabs. I'm guessing he probably didn't watch Thanksgiving. I'm guessing he doesn't watch any game that I'm not at. But anyway, Connor for loving Tua for reasons I'm not sure. Connor loves Tua. I don't know why. 2 dabs. Hunter for saying he's going to be busy because his parents are coming home. 2 dabs. He originally said he couldn't go to Summits because his parents were coming home. Therefore, he'd be busy. That didn't make any sense. Hunter for being a Diggs guy. 4 dabs. Now, I don't think Hunter's a Diggs guy anymore, but Hunter was as big of a Diggs guy as there could be for a while. I did draft him, but I didn't want to. I don't like Diggs because I think he's a diva. He's trying to force his way out of Buffalo, and he's really annoying me. And Hunter's a Diggs guy. Those are his types of guys. So Hunter for not sending dabs for me, 2 dabs. It's come to my attention that people have not been sending my dabs to Logan, which is just wrong because Hunter was always complaining about how I need to be able to get dabs, and now he's not sending dabs for me. Bobby for telling Logan he didn't want to go on the cruise. 1 dab. That's dabs because now he is officially going on the cruise. Shout out, Bobby. Happy that you're coming on the cruise, but shouldn't have told Logan you didn't want to go. Will for being the last to Venmo Riley for the cruise. 1 dab. Will for looking at the side TV when I threatened him with dabs. 3 dabs. At Summits, there's a side TV that is a little bit ahead of the projector, and we were watching that CJ Stroud game or something. Houston game, and I said whoever looks at that side TV, dabs, and Will did, so I had to give him dabs for that. Will for saying he just reads the slides on my videos and doesn't listen to the video, he just reads the slides. 2 dabs. Now that would be more dabs, but I think he was joking, so I only give him 2. Will for not sending in dabs for me, 2 dabs. Again, nobody's sending in dabs for me to Logan. But I feel like Will and Hunter were the most outspoken guys that were like, he needs to be able to get dabs. And now that they have an outlet to give me dabs, they're not sending in the dabs. That's dabs. Doug for not coming to Summits, 4 dabs. He had work at, I think, 4 o'clock. And we were all meeting at 1. And he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to chill. So that's astronomical amount of dabs. Dylan for asking if Riley had left Summits when Riley was right in front of him. 5 dabs. We were all sitting there at Summits. Dylan looks up at me and he's like, "Where'd Riley go?" And we all just kind of looked at him and then looked at Riley, looked at him. And then after like 30 seconds, Dylan was like, "Oh, I didn't see him there." I was like, "Okay, he's right in front of you." It was crazy amounts of dabs. Um, I got way too overconfident. I was playing Bobby. I don't think Bobby's team's that good. After the Thursday, Friday games, I was feeling very confident. And I just got way too overconfident. I wasn't worried about Bobby. I thought I had it in the bag. And I didn't, clearly. So 6 dabs, you never get that overconfident. I wasn't outwardly projecting overconfidence, but in my mind, it was just like, oh, whatever. I'm playing Bobby. Like Moster had a 21-point game. Jake Ferguson for Bobby had a 4-point game. Like, I'm fine. But no, I wasn't. And then CJ Stroud for not stepping up in the pocket. If you know, you know. I didn't put him down, but Logan gave me 10 dabs for freaking out when I lost and complaining about my players. I stand by that. I hate my team, and that's that. Most annoying, I'm going to go with me. I'm just sick of me. I'm just sick of my team. I'm sick of myself in fantasy. It's honestly ridiculous I do these videos and that I play fantasy still. I'm super annoying to myself. Here you go for this whole deal. I'm not gonna look through that. Random rankings. We got a little scram bag rankings with Dylan. Dylan put in scram bag rankings. Dylan is the scram bag man. He knows who's a scram. And Sam, obviously a scram. These are his notes. AI. Bobby, he moved to Utah to soak. Alec will forever be a mystery. I'm paraphrasing what he said. But Force Ash still said he was reclusive, even though he, lives in Cumming. Connor, just basically Dylan said he gives Uncut Gem vibes. He's going to get in a sports bet situation like that. Logan, Doug, Apple employee, total scram bag. Hunter, I forget what he wrote for Hunter, but Hunter, I guess not a big of a scram bag. Greg, I think I think Dylan said Greg considers the Jeep a modern marvel or like a marvel of like human engineering. Will scared of women for no reason because he looks sick with that mustache. And then I do love an unemployment. And then Dylan is not a scram bag. So I'm pretty happy with my spot there. So that's scram bag rankings. Connor, best team names. I thought this was good. Even though I do have a team name and everybody here has a team name, so I don't know why I said that. That should be dabs. But he likes Osama bin Laden, Dylan's name. I hate that name. Hurts, doesn't it? That just seems like Hunter just Googled that. I'm on my way to the toilet bowl is hilarious. Good job, Will. Tuanon, I think that's stupid. Dog Havers by Logan is good. Alec, I'm not repeating Alec's name on here. Sella, I think that's terrible. Who knows even what that means? I don't know. Connor said Doug's team name was just Doug, and I'm not sure if that's true. But my name is Cam Hand You This L. Bobby's is a little slippy. Sam's, I don't know, and Greg's, I don't know off the top of my head. But anyway, so it's a little messed up, but is what it is. I put in here for myself ugliest ranking, so I would say Sam's the ugliest, going with Alex second, Ashton third. Greg right now is looking pretty scraggly with that beard and haircut. I think he'd admit that. Bobby, not that great looking. Then we get into the averages here with Hunter, Doug. I think Dylan is a little overrated in attractiveness. I think he's a little ugly. Logan, Will, Connor is a beautiful human being, if you ask me. And then myself, obviously the best looking. Michelle. That's that picture. Then we got Connor, best banter or trash talk. Logan, I don't know my phone, it's charging. He did have notes, but Logan, Connor, Will, me, Doug, Hunter. He says Hunter has to hold back because he's the commissioner. Ashton, Doug. Whoa, yeah, I messed this up. But everything's right. Just ignore that there's two people. Whoever's not on here looks like Alec, maybe. Alec is probably supposed to be Ash. So I messed that up. But you get the point. Sam AI doesn't talk, so. And then I did this Cameron guys ranking. So, I was talking about how Hunter is a Diggs guy. I wanted to rank everybody's guys, like their ride or dies are. Will, I think Will's got some pretty good guys here. Amon-Ra is sick. CD is good. Andrews is his guy. Dylan, Kelsey. I mean, Kelsey's not a bad guy to have as your guy. Live or Die by Kelsey. Doug is 100% Live or Die by Ayuk, McLaurin, and Jameson Williams. Ashton is a Live or Die by is Jamar Chase. Tank Dell's boy now. Tyler Boyd, strangely or not, he's always had in any UGA players. Pickens, Swift, any of those UGA players he loves. Chubb. I would say Greg's guys are not bad. Josh Allen and David Montgomery are his guys. And, correct me if I'm wrong. The only person I know that Bobby likes a ton is Amari Cooper. Logan is new. I would say Debo and Moss kind of made their way into his heart this year. Dak and Singletary for Sam. Sam is legendary for his Singletary love. Alec, any big non-white guy or tight end is right up Alex alley. My guys, unfortunately, are Cooper Kupp and Freiermuth. Kupp is no longer my guy, but I love me some Freiermuth and Kupp. Not anymore, though. Hunter's guys, I mean, he's got a lot. Hunter has a lot of guys. Jerry Jeudy, he would die for Jerry Jeudy. Stephon Diggs, he's a big Diggs guy. Back in the day, he loved Antonio Brown, loved him. He would do anything to get Antonio Brown on his team. Big CD guy, big Cowboys defense guy. Nowadays, he's a big Ken Walker guy. He's always loved Marquise Brown back to even when he was on the Ravens, and he's also a Javonte Williams guy. Connor, I would say, is the worst guys because he is an Allaire guy, Tua guy, Harrison Butker. DJ Moore has worked out for him this year, but generally he hasn't been a good guy. Khan's always loved Sutton. This year, Bijan's his guy. And then he has a weakness for Matt Ryan and Julio. So those are my guy rankings. I think that's pretty interesting. Please let me know if you disagree. If you have more guys or less guys, let me know. But that's all I got this week. Happy to talk to you. Like and subscribe below. And make sure you talk trash to Doug about not going to summits. Peace. It didn't work.